Hi guys, how are you? I hope you're having a good time. Welcome to a new video. And recently, the UAE just announced a new type of visa. This visa is called UAE Green Visa. So a lot of questions have been asked about what is this green visa, how to apply for it, what are the benefits, and all of that questions. I'm gonna try to answer you guys in this video. So if you are new to the channel, make sure guys to subscribe. My channel is all about how to make money, how to save money, how to grow your money. And since I am living in the UAE and most of my reviewers and viewers actually are from the UAE, so that's why I decided to make this video. It's gonna be good, beneficial for you to plan your future plans. So if you really want to know more about the UAE, how to grow your money, how to be financially free, you can just go to my channel and check my previous videos. So let's now just start and see. If you just go to Google and type UAE Green Visa, you can see that these are the main topics, and it's been just like 2 days ago since they implemented this new way of residency visa. So let's just go and check what is actually this visa. So the Green Visa is actually one of the latest categories of resident visa. It was announced by the UAE recently. It was announced as part of the Projects of the 50, a series of developments and economic projects commemorating the UAE's 55th anniversary and aiming to accelerate the UAE's development and consolidate into a comprehensive hub in all sectors and establish its status as an ideal destination for talent and investors. So basically, they just put this new visa to attract a new investors and new talents to the country. So the goal is to establish the economy and flourish the economy of the UAE. So how are they gonna do that? Of course, they need to bring a lot of good skilled people to the country and also investors. So they need to pump money and talent in the country because that is the goal of making a country wealthy and economy. It can boost the economy as well. So what type of visa is it? The green visa is just like the golden visa that they announced previously as well. It gives you self-residency status to holders. It distinguishes between work permits and residencies. That means the residence permit is not linked to a company work permit. The self-residency visa will be sponsored by employees themselves, not their companies if they are employed. So, like the normal UAE visa, or let's say the residency status in the country itself, you need to be sponsored by either a company or like a local in the UAE in order for you to stay freely in the country. So to stay legally in the country, you need someone to sponsor you in order to get a residency of 3 years. All right. So now you don't need anybody to sponsor you. You can just be a self residency person and you can get a self residency visa without the need of any company or someone to hire you or anything. You can just be in the country as easy as that. This is how they are encouraging you to join the country. All right. Next is who is actually eligible for the green visa. As I said before, the green visa it has a self-residency status, which has been further expanded to investors. So these are actually the most important person or the ones that they are actually looking for to attract to join the country. All right, they need investors, entrepreneurs, highly skilled individuals, top students, and graduates. So these are actually the ones who are eligible for this kind of visa, and those who are running small and medium enterprises, scientists, and other talented people will also be considered. So, in other words, the UAE, they are trying to bring really skilled and talented people because let's face it, these people are the ones who can decide the future of a country. All right, they don't need people who just consume, eat, and get paid for doing nothing. And you can see these kind of people are really making big countries losing a lot of money, such as the USA or even in the European Union. Like they have very big population, and the government and the countries is paying a lot for these kind of people, and they are still not doing anything. They are not contributing into building the country's future. So this is what the UAE they are trying to do. They're trying to gather and attract more skilled people to make the country more wealthy and make the country economically really, really high and wealthy. So next is the benefits. All right, this is the key points actually of this green visa. Like this is the important of it. This is what it's gonna give you. All right, so it's gonna give you a sponsorship of children until the age of 25. So previously it was just 18 years old. So you can sponsor your kids until they become 18, and then they have the choice to stay in the country and work in the country, or they will just go back to their original country. It doesn't matter even if they are born in the UAE. The UAE doesn't give citizenship to people who are staying in the country, or even if you are born. So it's really hard to get the citizenship in the UAE. So this is not our topic. I'm not going to talk about that, but this is what the green visa is going to give you. You can sponsor your kids until they reach 25 years old. You can also sponsorship your you can sponsor your parents as well, and this doesn't have an age. You can sponsor them as long as you are still staying in the country. And one of the important things as well is that they will extend your grace period for leaving the country upon job loss or retirement to 90 up to 180 days, which is like 6 months instead of 30 days previously. So, in other words, if you are working in the UAE and let's say you lose your job, the UAE will give you a green visa that's gonna allow you to stay up to 6 months into the country, and this is actually good news. This will allow you to have more time, and you can find another job, for example, in the UAE, and update your visa status. All right, so that's the important thing. Otherwise, if you cannot find a job, if you are not eligible to work or anything else, definitely you will not be fit to stay in the UAE and you need to go back to your country. So that's their plan. They want you to stay in the UAE to work, to produce, to be an active member in the society. If you cannot fulfill that, they will give you 90 to 180 days to find a new job. If you cannot, of course, you're gonna have to go back home. Previously, it was just 1 month, so 1 month is was the grace period. So if you lose your job, you only have 1 month to find another job, or otherwise you have to go back to your country. So now they extended that into up to 6 months, which is amazing. It's good actually for you if you are struggling to find another job. All right. So why actually the UAE made all of these residency changes? As I said before, the new measures have been introduced to enhance the competitiveness and flexibility of the UAE labor market. They want to facilitate the sector growth, and they want to spur knowledge transfer and skill development and create greater stability and security for the residents. So, in order to have a good economy, in order to be more competitive into the global market, in order to develop the country and advance, so all of that needs good people, skilled people, and that's what they are trying to do. They want to attract them to make their country better. Of course, you will be also part of that community. All right. So, and last but not least, how and when can you apply for this visa? Unfortunately, there is no clarity on when the visa will come into effect, or any more details of how to apply for it. So they just announced this visa, but still they didn't tell us like how to do it, how to apply for it. They will probably do that in the upcoming days. I will try to update you if there is anything, but I'm just giving you a clear idea of what is actually the green visa and why they are trying to do it. So the UAE, as you can see, they are really they suffered a lot from the COVID impact, and as you know, the UAE is most of its economy is from tourism and also from the oil. So the oil, it's okay, like it's still working, but it's not gonna stay forever. So they're trying to find an alternative for that, which is basically so far is about tourism. And tourism was really hit hard by the COVID pandemic, and now they're trying to ease the restrictions. They're trying to attract more people, more investors, especially when you see like most of the other big countries that are also suffering from the COVID pandemic. So UAE is trying to take advantage of that and try to attract big investors into the country. and that's why they come up with this green visa. All right. So thank you very much, guys, for watching. I hope you had a clear idea about the UAE Green Visa. If you have any questions, you can write them in the comment section below. If I can answer them, for sure, I will definitely give you an answer. Other than that, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you on the next videos. Have a nice day.